All right, it is 11:15. I would like to open this Board of Selectmen meeting for Friday, October 17th, 2025. This meeting has been posted in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20B, and pursuant to Chapter 38, Section 20F. Notice is being made that this meeting is being recorded and will be posted on Area 58 Community Access Channel. The board chair, which is myself, reasonably anticipates the following matters will be discussed and or voted on in this meeting, and the agenda items may be taken out of order. Doesn't apply here because we have one agenda item for time management considerations. All that, if we could, if you guys don't mind, please rise. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, with liberty, justice, and justice for all. All right, and then on today, we have via Zoom, Selectman Thomas Pratt, myself, Jonathan Seelig. Our other Selectman, Bill Smith, is away on vacation, so he will not be here. And we basically have one item on the agenda here, and it is a timely one. We'd like to consider Rod Palmer for a possible appointment as interim building commissioner here for the town of Halifax. Rod's joined us here at the table, in addition to our interim town administrator, Bob Fennessy, and our assistant, Pam Cherry. In the audience here is Chelsea. I always make the last name, Chelsea. DaCosta. Chelsea DaCosta. I just know her as Chelsea. So we're here to talk to Rod about this possible appointment. So I guess I'll open it up, Rod. Basically, a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your history as a building commissioner.
Sure. Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the board. My name is Rod Palmer. I reside in the town of Carver. I live. I've been living there with my wife and my two kids. Been there for about 12 years. I currently work and am employed by the town of Carver as their building commissioner. Previous to working for the town of Carver, I worked as the interim building commissioner for the community. And previous to that, I worked as the interim for the town of Wareham for a few months while they searched for a new building commissioner. My career as a building commissioner started in the year 2000, where I was appointed as the building commissioner for the town of Rainham. In the town of Rainham, I worked for a little over 8 years. From there, I took a parallel job in the town of North Attleboro as their building commissioner. I worked for the town of North Attleboro for 8 years, plus or minus a month. And from there, I moved to the town of Falmouth. I took a position there. I worked for the town of Falmouth for over 5 years as their building commissioner. In the year 2021, late summer, I retired. And from there, I took on the position as the interim for Wareham and Carver. The Carver interim position from the interim building commissioner, helping out the community as I lived there. From there, it evolved to a permanent part-time position. So I currently work for the town of Carver 23 hours a week. And so now I have an opportunity to help you folks out. So I am here today.
Thank you. Yeah, and kudos to Bob for helping us find you, Ron. So that's great.
Yeah.
I know you say you've kind of downshifted a little bit as far as interim work goes. Are you staying current with all the changing bylaws and codes that need to be followed as far as the ever-changing role of a building commissioner?
Yeah. So as a building commissioner in the state of Massachusetts, there are requirements that you attend continuing education. Those are requirements to maintain your license. So that's something that every active building commissioner is required to do. So I do that. But I've been doing this for a quarter of a century, so I have a pretty good handle on the zoning aspect of it, as well as the building code for commercial and residential.
And that's one of my questions too, is in addition to your building commissioner duties, your zone enforcement officer as well. You have experience with that, and maybe share some of your enforcement history a little bit, or any sort of unique situations that you've been involved in.
Yeah, so I've been involved in zoning enforcement for my entire career. So with every community, there's always some zoning violations, some minor, some serious. Enforcing zoning can be very challenging. It's not a criminal offense, so it's something that I try to have a good understanding of what the violation is. So typically they would be a complaint, could be from a neighbor or otherwise. And it could be from unregistered cars in their yards or running a business. There's so many variables with zoning violations. So I try to have a good understanding of what the violation is, if it is a violation. So after analyzing whether it's a violation or not, if I deem that it is a violation, I typically reach out to that person, try to have a conversation with them, explain to that person or group what the violation is. Some folks don't even know they're in violation. So I try to communicate with that person as well as the complainant and help them understand what the issue is and how to maybe resolve the issue before it goes any further, where it might have to go to court or to the next step. So that's been my strategy. It's worked well. Getting town council involved is expensive. Going to court is expensive. So it's been my experience through the years that just communicating with people can sometimes, or most of the time in my experience, resolve the matter. If it doesn't, then you have to go to the next step. But that's been my practice, to try to work it out with the complainant as well as the person they're complaining about.
Awesome. And then just a quick follow-up. If you've driven through Halifax Center, you see we have a lot of building going on right now with a lot of good-sized projects. I'm sure in 25 years you've worked on some large-scale projects. What are some of the larger scale projects that you've kind of worked on in your quarter century?
So I had worked on, having been in Falmouth, where they have a 40,000 40,000 folks in town during the off season and over 100,000 in the summertime. I've been involved in so many large scale projects, from enormous residential subdivisions, complexes, commercial buildings, many government buildings, from senior centers to town halls to park and rec buildings. So I've over the years been involved in a lot of municipal commercial buildings, private commercial buildings, from Walmarts that are 250,000 square feet to many. Talk me off the top of my head.
Sounds like quite a list. Yeah.
But having been in North Attleboro, there's a huge amount of commercial projects. And Rainham too. Rainham has a enormous industrial park, and Carver not so much, but from Rainham to North Attleboro to Falmouth, I've gained a lot of experience with extremely large commercial projects.
Awesome. And then we talked a little bit about, we just recently went to online permitting.
Yep.
And I know you say you're familiar with one part, maybe not necessarily the software we use, but you're familiar with that concept and with that process, and feel like you can get up to speed. Awesome. And then one other thing before I let you go, sometimes our ZBA and our planning may need you to come to a meeting or two. Is that availability, you think, an issue, or do you think you'd be able to?
Yeah, that's not, I try to attend without being asked to do so. I try to attend any planning board meetings or zoning board meetings that are something that I think warrants my presence. And it not all of them, but those that I think will help me understand what the project is about and have an idea of what's working its way to the building department.
Yep.
So it's in most cases more beneficial for me to attend a zoning board hearing or a planning board, whether it's a site plan review or a special permit, just so I have an understanding, an idea of what's working its way up.
Yep.
So when it gets to me, I'm cognizant of what it's about.
Great, great. Well, that's all the questions I have. I know we have Selectman Pratt on the line here too. Tom, did you have any questions for Rod at all?
Well, you took the one I was going to ask, but I just had a follow-up. Sorry, I don't have a video stream and couldn't be there. Thank you for your interest. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you, Tom.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, obviously some great experience, vast knowledge, and so forth. And but what I was just going to touch on, I'm glad to hear you say about being proactive about attending the meetings that might be beneficial for you to attend and also beneficial for the committee to have you at for some insight and some knowledge. My question was just going to be about availability, making sure that you're not stretching yourself too thin, 23 hours a week in Carver, up to 24 here, just making sure that that's something that you're comfortable with for this 100-day stretch at a minimum.
Yeah, I don't know that I would be able to, I don't know that I could do 24 hours. I'm not.
And if I may, that's kind of a cap on a weekly. So it'd be
Right.
that he's able to give us that we'll gladly take.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know, I've not worked here, so I'm not familiar with the dynamics of the town, but 24 hours is a lot of hours in a community that, you know, I know that you have a lot going on, but that's a lot of hours for a community that has 8,000 people. I mean, I work in Carver 23 hours, and I think Carver's 12,000 people, and we have quite a bit going on. And I achieve what needs to be done in 23 hours without a problem in Carver.
Great.
Okay, so so I can rephrase, but you're comfortable signing on for this 100 days to help us out, and you're comfortable with your ability to keep up with the work as needed as it comes through your desk.
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. Any other questions, Tom?
No, I'm good. Thank you for stepping up for us.
All right, any questions from the audience at all? No?
Oh.
Okay, seeing none, again, Rod, I want to thank you for stepping in.
My pleasure.
We had a interim filling in for us who left, was it last week? 2 weeks ago. So timing is of the utmost importance as well. Not saying that we're rushing this through, but it's nice when the timing works and we have a qualified candidate like yourself to really come in and hopefully make this as seamless as possible. So that being said, with no other discussion, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Robin Palmer as the interim building commissioner for the town of Halifax
Zoning enforcement.
and zoning enforcement officer. Thank you, Bob. As of October 17th, 2025, with a term ending, this says January 31st, 2026.
And then with additional extensions if necessary.
With additional extensions if necessary.
And
So moved.
you want to authorize me to negotiate it?
We'll do separate. All right, I have so moved. I will second that. We're going to do a roll call vote because it's a Zoom meeting. Tom?
Yes.
Myself is a yes, passes 2-0. In addition, Tom, I'm going to entertain a motion to allow interim town administrator Bob Fennessy to act as the signing authority for this contract.
So moved.
And I will second that. Again, a roll call vote. Tom Pratt?
Yes.
Myself is a yes, passes 2-0. Okay, any other discussion we have to have before we adjourn for the day? No, again, Rod, or you got anything, Bob?
Just that, you know, I hired him in Carver. He stood well above any other candidate that came in for interviews. Didn't know him then. And I can just say that he's one of the best employees I've ever had there.
Excellent.
And the personality, everything, it all melts together. You know, I think Halifax is be well served here.
We're doing good with our interims, I gotta say. We're doing all right. So, no, seriously, I appreciate you stepping in. I feel really confident about this situation. And if there's anything the Board of Selectmen can do to help you out, Rod, let us know.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Appreciate that.
So, all right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And I will second. Roll call vote. Thomas Pratt?
Yes.
Myself is a yes. Meeting is adjourned at 11:30. Thank you very much.